Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, 1, 2, 3. Hello everyone, and welcome to Channel Broadband YouTube. How was your week, Martin Luther King Day? Mine was fine. I had a birthday that day. It was my birthday on Martin Luther King Day. I am now 17 years old. My is now about 1 year closer to finishing development, and then my brain has just got to get worked on for the next 7 years after that. So, to pass the time, why don't we watch some Storytime animation? Like, I like Storytime animators. Like, you have, you got your Odd Ones Out, you got your Jane animations, all the greats. You got ones like, Share My Story Animated, Actually Happened. The not-so-great ones. Yeah, we're talking about corporate animation channels. Let's find a video to watch. You and me, let's watch one together. Conjoined twins, a psycho sister sharing a body. Let's do it. Let's watch a frickin' video.
When my mom was pregnant, her doctor told her she was expecting one baby girl. But instead, she got us, conjoined twins. While my mom loved us deeply, my dad told her to let us die.
Well, isn't your father just one sick
When our mom refused, he said, well, at least give them up for adoption. But my mom wouldn't give in, so our dad broke up with her and left. Now imagine a single mom raising twins. It wasn't easy, but doctors offered her money so they could do experiments with us. The most cruel one was giving one of us electroshocks to see if the other one would feel the pain.
I was expecting something much more cringeworthy when I saw the thumbnail. Psycho sisters? When's the psychoness gonna come out? So far you've been clickbaiting.
When we told her about it afterward, she promised us no more experiments. By the way, my name is Elaine, and her name is Buttface. Let me tell you about our lives and challenges. You see, my sister and I always got along quite well, but in 10th grade, she developed a crush on our classmate Derek, who liked her back. They constantly flirted with each other, and I had to listen to all of it.
Well, maybe you should have thought of that before you became congealed twins.
On our 21st birthday, we got approached by a Chinese lady. She said she was working for a rich businessman who wanted us to come to China.
Oh boy, China! We're not gonna get into the politicalness of China, or else I'll have to get my White Knight Nerf pistol, and, you can't see my White Knight Nerf pistol.
And she responded, my boss really likes the way you two look, and he will pay you a lot of money. How much? I asked. And she laid a briefcase on the table. When she opened it, we saw—
This is like a goddamn drug, like, do you have the money? Yes, we have the money right here. Oh yes, here, help yourself to my nice cocaine.
Saw lots of money, and she said, he will pay you $1 million in cash if you're gonna stay with him for 6 months. We both looked at each other. This sounded kinda sketchy, but $1 million was a lot of money. So
$1 million is a lot of money. Now 1 million Vietnamese dong, that's not a lot of money.
So I asked her to show us a photo of him. The guy was already in his 50s and a bit fat, but he looked very friendly, so we both agreed on flying to China to meet him. When we arrived at his mansion, he greeted us with a big smile and gave us a hug. He wasn't as creepy at all.
Is this where the cringe comes in? I need some tea. Hold on. Let me get a drink. I got the drinky here. Continue. We're only 2 minutes in. Damn it.
He used us as a status symbol, and whenever his friends came over, we had to dress up in lingerie and serve them dinner.
Okay. Well, that escalated quickly.
Anyway, when we came back to the US, we bought ourselves an apartment and got a job at a bank. They even paid us 2 salaries, but what we really wanted was to get into a relationship.
Yes! Yes! Find Shrek on Tinder! Yeah, go for Shrek on Tinder. Shrek needs love. After the breakup with Fiona and she kicked him out of the swamp, he has had to live with Donkey and Dragon, and he has been in So, he has to find a job. Someone give him a new love life. Give him a job. Give the man a job. Please, he deserves a new one.
Most people didn't believe we were real, but Douglas did. We met him in a small park, and for the first time, both of us had great chemistry with the same guy. He was funny, charming, and good-looking. It only took 8 months for him to move into our apartment, but we quickly learned that he was manipulative and toxic.
Who isn't manipulative and toxic to you? You are congealed twins. You are a person sharing, you are two people sharing the same body. You'd not think people will want to exploit you? Maybe you should just continue doing those fucking experiments.
In bed next to him while my sister was asleep, he began telling me that he loved me more than my sister because she was annoying and stuck up. Hearing him trash talk my sister somehow made me feel special, like I was better than her. But it turns out that he was having secret conversations with my sister too. One night I woke up and heard them talking. My sister was giggling and I asked, "What are you guys talking about?" She responded, "Oh, nothing important." And I said, "Wait, did he tell you that he likes you more than me?"
You've been found out. Person I've forgotten. Also, nice gradient. That is the most default gradient that is so default. You couldn't even put it, you couldn't even made it a vertical gradient. You had to keep it the freaking horizontal gradient. That is default pleb.
And I said, "He told me the same thing." Well, a few minutes later, we had thrown him out of our apartment. Luckily, our current boyfriend Robert is a good guy who loves us equally and even has a fetish for our 3 breasts.
Okay, yeah, we're not getting into that. I think, what were you? We're not even halfway into this video and I'm done with it. Alright, I'm sorry, I'm dropping out early on this one, guys. Once we get into fetishy shit like that, I call it quits. Next up, My Story Animated. You just get this straight from YouTube. YouTube gives you this channel banner. What the heck? You have the ability to make your own custom channel icon, but you don't have enough to make a channel banner? Alright, at least some of these videos are shorter. Let's go through their popular uploads. My missing sister from when she was 2 just showed up at our doorstep. Let's do this. My missing sister from when she was 2 just showed up at our doorstep. What could go wrong?
When I heard my mom screaming, I assumed that our neighbor's cat was chewing up Mom's precious garden again. However, when I left my room, I didn't understand anything I was witnessing. My mom was on the verge of collapsing, and I could barely keep it together.
Let's get to the sister already. When does the sister come into this?
First, I thought that I was seeing a ghost, but what I saw turned out to be very real. Standing on our porch was my sister, who had been missing for the last 5 years. Lily was 2 back then. She went out with my dad, but he returned without her, saying that she had been kidnapped. He left her alone in the car for just a couple of minutes.
You know, if you leave a toddler in a locked car, someone is bound to find her and call the police and say negligence on your part.
And today, here she is, standing right in front of us. She simply disappeared, and after a year of searching without finding any leads, her file was closed. Some people said that she must have died, whereas others thought that what happened to her may have been a lot worse. My mom blamed my dad for her disappearance and could no longer stand living with him, so they separated. During that time, my dad couldn't care less.
Excuse me, I'm just gonna skip. I don't care. I don't care right now. I just wanna... Where's the point where the sister comes out? Alright, so all I can gather from... Like, I've just been jumping through the video, trying to find the part where the missing sister shows up at their doorstep. But it's been I'm now 5 minutes into the video, and they have not sent anything. So I'm just like, right now she's just trying to get her father to take her in.
Didn't even care until I heard my mom yelling. I went outside to see Lily standing on the porch with 2 police officers and a couple I'd never seen before. It was my sister. I was sure it was. She had exactly the same facial expressions, but she looked older. The photos hung all around the house were hers. She even looked...
Alright, so what I'm guessing happened is they thought that the dad probably abandoned her because of adoption things. And they were like, oh, well, if he's just going to abandon it, let's just take her in. We'll just take her in. Instead of, calling the frickin' police, or, just asking around.
I asked them to explain what was going on, and they did. One of the policemen told me that a while ago they'd arrested some members of a gang who'd kidnapped children and sold them to people who couldn't give birth.
So it's just baby trafficking. That's not my original theory, but it's baby trafficking. I've heard of human trafficking before, but baby trafficking, that's just f***ing stupid.
And my dad had been a member of that gang.
So, this is just stupid. This is just stupid. Why would your dad be a part of the frickin' baby trafficking ring?
That's right. Because of his greed, my dad not only hurt a lot of families, he also sold his own daughter, his own flesh and blood for money. What kind of a father would do that? How could someone be so heartless?
We're done here. So, we're now to the most popular one. Actually happened. My grandfather revealed our family secret before dying. Oh, it's like National Treasure or some. Well, let's go with National Treasure.
Hi, my name is Cynthia. I am 13 years old, and I live with my mother and father. Well, I mean, until recently, that's what I thought. My mother is pregnant and will soon give birth to my brother. No, it's not like that. Oh my, let me start over from the beginning.
You're trying to make this relatable and have the person who is talking right now stutter, and to try and be more relatable. You will not be fooling me, my dude.
Just 6 months ago, we were an absolutely normal and happy family. Only my grandmother, Pamela, my father's mother, and my mother had a pretty cold relationship.
Nice visualization of snow equals cold relationship.
You know, they both pretended that the other just didn't exist. But it was always this way.
So you were in your room, and now you're into eating salad. You're eating salad now. Pick a side. You're either in your room or you're eating a salad.
Right when I was about to be born, my grandfather and her divorced. He went to Europe, and we haven't heard from him since. Well, at least
he's probably dead.
My parents wanted a second child badly, but for a long time they were unsuccessful. When my mother finally got pregnant, we were all so happy.
Look at the pure happiness. Look at the pure happiness in that. Look at that. Whee! Yeah, Bob! We're gonna have a brother! Yeah! 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 Yeah!
After a few months, I noticed that my parents became more and more nervous and upset. When I asked what was going on, they just brushed me off.
So, it's none of your damn business.
So, I couldn't get any answers from my father. No questions because I didn't want to make him feel worse. But I couldn't ask my mother either. I had no right to get her worried because it would harm the baby. All I could do was guess. Will everything be all right? Or will we soon be thrown out on the street and become beggars? So I thought that maybe I could learn to sing and dance in order to earn money to feed my little baby brother and myself.
Do you know how much time it would... You're gonna get, at most, about $7 and $7 and maybe a Chuck E. Cheese token or two. And that's probably on a good day. On a bad day, the most you would get are some squirrels giving you raisins. Not the good kind of raisins.
So I decided to eavesdrop on what they were talking about. You know, at the beginning, I did not understand what they were talking about. They sounded very nervous and argued about something connected to money and my grandfather. I listened and listened, and finally I understood. It turned out that my grandfather had recently died. He had left a will, and according to this will, I was the one who inherited all the big money he left.
Why? Let me just work you through my thought process for a second. Let me just rethink everything. He was divorcing Grandma when... He divorced Grandma when you were just being born. So he barely got to know you, or at the very least didn't even know you. So, and he f***ed off to Europe, and you never heard from him since. So that basically tells me that he barely knew you. Why would he give all of his fortune away to someone he didn't even know?
But only under the condition that I would read some letter. I still had no idea what was going on until my grandfather's lawyer came and gave me the letter that I had to read in his presence. From this letter, I learned that my grandfather was in fact my father.
Snake, are you okay? Snake? Snake!
And we're done. We are done. Done. We're not watching any more of this shit. So yeah, that was just a taste. Just a taste of several different corporate animation channels. And once you really dig into it, you start to see what the problem is with these kinds of channels. For one thing, they're very ingenuous because they're corporate. Second, these are user-submitted stories. So, everyone on the Share My Stories team does not have a connection with anyone who told these stories. So it just makes it feel even more disingenuous. And finally, they use some of the most clickbaity things ever. Like, they're so extremely clickbaity, and they talk about extremely stupid things. Like the frickin', like the double-headed thing. How your grandfather was your father or some crap. And then finally, what was it again? Baby trafficking? Kids, if I were you, I'd just stick to the odd ones out, Jane Animation. Stick with them. They're good. Alright, I'ma go play some... I don't know what I'm gonna play. I'm gonna go play some more Bookworm Adventures. I'm out, y'all. Peace.